Days so long ago when I was a tot so high, and now that I have grown, I found myself alone. Cradle me where summer skies can watch me with a million eyes. Oh, sing me to sleep, a lullaby of the leaves. Cover me where heaven's blue can let me dream, a dream or two. Oh, sing me to sleep, a lullaby of the leaves. I'm breezing along with the breeze. I'm singing a song to the trees. Ooh, that fine melody caresses the shore, familiar to me, I've heard it before. And it's heaven, don't I know it, in my soul, and don't I know I've reached my goal. Oh, sing me to sleep, lullaby of the leaves. That fine melody caressed the shore, familiar to me, I've heard it before. And it's heaven, don't I feel it in my soul, and don't I know I've reached my goal. Oh, sing me to sleep, lullaby of the leaves. That was Lullaby of the Leaves, written in the 30s, made famous by Ella Fitzgerald. And that arrangement was kind of a combination of Ella and Professor Cunningham and his Old School, which is a modern-day jazz band local to me. I'm actually going to see him tomorrow night for the first time, which is pretty awesome, and I'm excited about that. I played that, or I arranged that, as for a request from a friend of the MorristownUkeJam, and I played it straight from the charts of the MorristownUkeJam. So you can download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play right along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. Now in just a moment, I'm going to go through a tutorial of everything I just played. And at the very end, I'm going to do a slow motion close-up play along that you might find helpful. But first, hey, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want hundreds more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each with a link to its own free tutorial and play along just like this one, just check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. All right, now, nearly everything in this song has to do with the left hand. The right hand, yeah, there was a strum. I played the entire song with my thumb. I did. You don't have to. I got a big honking fingernail on my thumb, so I like the way it sounds nice and clean when I do that. But if you don't have that, if you want to strum, you can do it. Right? That sounds good. But I actually did the entire thing with my thumb. Now, the pattern that I used most of the time, I wrote out at the top of the intro, and I'm going to just play the A minor with this. It's going to sound boring when I do it, but I'm just going to stay on the A minor, and demonstrate it a little bit. Now, there are a couple pauses in there, but I would suggest that the most important thing are the strongest emphases, which is to say the beginning, but then also that up, especially that up. Cradle me with summer skies. That's on an up, right? Cradle me with summer skies and watch me with a million eyes. That's on the up. That's where you want to see that's where you want to hear and feel the emphasis. Generally, it comes with important words and with chord changes as well. Cradle me, summer skies, right? Each time I change a chord, that's actually one of the emphases in the way I was strumming. Now, beyond that, I think I would just talk your ears off if I keep trying to explain it. So we'll just do. You can practice along with the slow motion play along if you like. Now, as far as the chord transitions, I'm going to come up close so we can cover. And first, let me say also, every time in any of my song sheets, if you see a tiny superscripted number, that's describing playing up the neck, and you can ignore them if you want. So, for example, well, the A minor, right? That's an A minor. Why would I make it harder? Well, in that position in the song, there's a place where I do that version of an A minor. All I'm doing is dropping one more finger, and I like the way it sounds. The reason I have a 2 there is because that's a second position A minor. Third would be up here, right? These are all A minors, right? All the way up, that's an A minor too. And by playing up the neck in different ways, you can add more panache. As you'll see with some of the stuff where I go right from an E7 to a different E7, and I haven't actually changed a chord. They're both E7. But if you're a beginner and it's too hard for you, you can always ignore the superscripted numbers in my song sheets. Okay, I won't talk about that again. I'll just show you how I'm playing. So, A minor, this is the intro. Pick it up for a C6, of course, but then the D minor 6. Now, D minor 6 is just a D minor with a drop of the pinky. And from that position, you're going to go from there to an E7. And these 2 fingers, your small 2 fingers, are already in exactly the place they need to be, right? So you're just going to pick up your index finger, slide your middle finger, and you've got it right there. And now I'm going to slide my pinky up to the C, A7, and then D minor 7, which is almost the same as the 6, right? D minor 6 was here, D minor 7, your pinky's just up 1. And now these 2 fingers are in exactly the right position, your big 2 fingers. I'm going to pick up the small ones for an F. And now I'm going to leave these 2 exactly where they were for a D minor 6, right? So I'm going from D minor 7 to F to D minor 6, and these 2 fingers are staying exactly there. And now I'm going, again, back and forth, D minor 6 to E7. And then the middle finger comes back down to that A minor, pick up, and now a second position, F7. Normally I play an F7 this way. I like the way it sounds. It's easier. Normally I play it that way, but this time I'm going to be sliding down to an E7, so I like the way it sounded when I had that there, and I just slide down 1 fret. Right, so I'm sliding from an F7 to an E7, and I'm changing nothing but the slide. That's it. Now the second half of the intro isn't really a strum, it's more drama with single down strums. Rustling of the leaves. Now that's how I'm doing that second position E7, right? I've got an A minor with my middle finger, and then I just slide it up and bar the 4th fret with an E7 there. And now, my ring finger is already in the right place. In fact, 2 fingers are just about in the right place. They just have to slide down 2 frets and pick up. That's my A minor second position. Or you can do it this way if you'd rather. But I leave my ring finger in place because it just has to slide down that string, right? Used to be my lullaby. Now, this is probably the hardest chord, or possibly at least the hardest chord in the entire song. G sharp diminished, second position. But I'm going from an A minor, so if my index finger is there already, all I have to do is bar it, drop 2 more fingers, and that's my G sharp diminished, second position, right? So, lullaby, I drop a 7, or a C rather, and now, remember I talked about how you can have panache even while not changing a chord. I'm going from an E7 to another E7. And in this case, these 2 fingers are staying nearly in place. They're sliding up 3 frets, but from here, my middle finger picks up, these 2 slide up, and the index finger bars, and I've got it. Now my index finger slides back down again. Days so long ago, when I was a tot, so high. And now I'm going to do a bunch of different E's. And now that I have grown, so this is a second position E, right? I'm barring the 4th fret, and I got my pinky way up here. Now that I have grown, down to the E7, then down to a regular E, I found myself alone. Now, I cheated on that E augmented for 2 reasons. One, because it's easier, and the other, because I liked the way I heard the strings ring. This is a real E augmented second position, right? So I go here That is labor intensive with these fingers, and also I can't do it in such a way that the strings continue to ring. I have to pick them up and put them in a different place, and they stop. Whereas if I just slide my index finger up and leave the other fingers in place, it has more sustain from all of those strings, and I liked that way that sounded. So that was a cheat, but you can play it that way if you want. Alone. Okay, now, the first half of the verse is nearly exactly the same as the intro, so I won't go over that. But the second verse, I'll say, started with Cover of Me, is a little bit different than the first half of the intro. It's almost the same, but it has a little more panache. So, cover me where heaven's blue. You notice instead of going straight from the D minor 6 to an E minor 7, I slid my pinky up 1 fret. That's an E7 sharp 5th. Complicated sounding chord, but it wasn't hard actually. From here, it's just 1 little slide away from a normal E7, then I slide it back down again, and I thought I thought it sounded cool. So cover me where heaven's blue, can let me dream a dream or two. Oh, sing me to sleep, a lullaby of the leaves. Now at the end, it's a little bit different. All I'm doing, that A minor major 7 is just an A minor down 1 fret. That's all. And by sliding it down and back up, it sounds cool. Right? That's it. That's all that is. Now the bridge. For the bridge, the strum changes a little bit. It's more like a down, up, down. Down, up, down. I'm breezing along with the breeze. I'm singing a song to the trees. So that's it. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. And the way I'm playing this C minor 6, since I already had an A minor positioned there, I drop my middle finger already there on the bar, and I drop my ring finger on 3 strings, and I've got my C minor 6th. Breezing along with the breeze, I'm singing a song to the trees. And then again, my middle finger is already in the right place. I just drop an index finger and I've got my A. And now I drop a ring finger and I have an F sharp minor. So, and the same thing again. Familiar to me, I've heard it before. From the A to the B flat diminished 7. Gosh, what a scary name for an easy chord. From the A, I just pick up my middle finger and I put it over here instead. That's it. That's all. And then I use my middle finger to bar the 2nd fret for that D6th, because I want the middle finger to already be in place when I go to that F7 second position. So, see how I hardly had to move the middle finger? That's the idea. Okay, And then the end of the third verse, there's another little piece of panache. Sing me to sleep, a lullaby of the leaves. A minor. That's all that extra line is, that A minor add 9. I'm just dropping a pinky. That's it. Now the instrumental verses, the first half, the first instrumental verse, I played just like I played the other verses. And the second one I added a little more, and all I really did was screw around with my pinky a little bit more, like this. Well, I did that E7 sharp 5 thing. Now here comes. I like the way it sounded when I was just... That's all I was doing. And that's the entire song. That's it. So now I'm going to play slow motion. I think I'm going to play clear through the instrumental verses. There's nothing fancy at the end. So beyond that, it would just be repetition. But I'll play slow motion, close up on my left hand, so you can follow along with every single chord transition in slow motion. If you're having difficulty making the transitions quickly enough, this might be helpful. Starting with the intro. 5, 6, 7, and... Rustling of the leaves used to be my lullaby. Days so long ago, when I was atop so high. And now that I have grown, I've found myself alone. Cradle me where summer skies can watch me with a million eyes. Oh, sing me to sleep, my lullaby of the leaves. Cover me where some heaven's blue can let me dream a dream or two. Oh, sing me to sleep, lullaby of the leaves. I'm breezing along with the breeze. I'm singing a song to the trees. Ooh, that fine melody caresses the shore, familiar to me. I've heard it before, and it's heaven. Don't I feel it in my soul? And don't I know I've reached my goal? Oh, sing me to sleep, a lullaby of the leaves. the way up there on the 12th fret. That's it. See you Wednesday. Bye.